All right. I'm glad to be with you guys here for this big race we got coming up. I'm starting this YouTube channel. I've never done this before, so we're just going to try it out, see how it goes. We're here at the Monza racetrack in Italy. There goes the Italian military over the top of us with their airplanes. Great to see those guys. Thank you for your service. But here on the first lap, we're starting out in 8th place. Didn't do that great in qualifying. It could have been worse, because this is out of 16 guys on this track at one time. This is the manufacturer series. This is round 4, and we are currently doing pretty good, but we're a C driver, so we're in the Group 3 class, or GT3 class for the Gran Turismo World Series. So in lap 1 here, basically I'm just trying to stay out of trouble and not crash, not wreck, not lose any positions, but just let the race kind of develop. Hopefully, maybe there'll be some trouble ahead of us and we can drive around it and gain some positions that way. It usually works out pretty good. But you can see the Corvette up there in 6th place. He gets a little squirrely, but nothing too major. He regains his confidence and keeps driving. So I'm in the Mustang Group 4 GT4 car, I believe is what they call it. I'm not a race expert, but it is a very good car. I have signed a contract with Ford Motor Company in the game. You know, it's fake, not real life, but with Ford, and I have to drive Fords in the manufacturer series. So we have Chevrolet Corvette in front of us. We have a Suzuki. I believe it's a little four-wheel drive car. Don't know how that thing, you know, I would just be an American. I would just think, you know, Corvette, Mustang, we're going to blow that thing away, but apparently they are really fast, or maybe they're just video game fast. I'm not real sure. But the Suzuki did overtake the Corvette. The Corvette, you know, loses control there a little bit, but somehow or another he doesn't wreck. You know, I'm not sure how, but there's some kind of weird effect going on here where I'm kind of like, it's like I got a rope tied to him. I just keep pulling him closer to me, and then he slams on his brakes, goes off the track, and I actually was able to overtake him. But that could have been my fault for slamming the back of him. The game did not give me a penalty. Usually they awards penalties for things like that, but if someone does slam the brakes on in front of you, it may give them a penalty, because that's technically their fault. It just depends. I mean, he's going to brake going in that corner, but I feel like something was going on weird there because of the way his car was behaving. So now we've moved up. We're in 7th place. Started the race off at 8th. We're going to pick this up on lap 4. We're still in 7th place. We're still behind the Suzuki, and you know we're maintaining steady behind him for a lot of this race. And in my mind, if I can finish starting at 8th, these guys at the top up here are faster than me. I've not practiced enough this week for this race. I won my race last week, so I'm just thinking if I can come in 5th or higher, that'd be great. And you know, we're not quite halfway through. We're able to pass him there. He goes wide. You know, these guys are making mistakes, and we're just driving clean. We're probably 2 or 3 seconds. Well, maybe not 2 or 3 seconds, maybe more like 2 seconds behind the leader on our lap times. But we're driving clean. We want to finish 5th. We want to keep adding up our points and do the best we can. This, you know, me being new to Gran Turismo online racing, so just trying to drive a clean race and do the best we can. So right now on the 4th lap, we're still in 6th place. We're going to jump ahead here in just a second in time. I think we'll be picking it up on lap 7 here shortly. The Mustang Group 4 car and the Mustang Group 3 car, I have experienced them to be excellent cars in this game. I mean, you know, a lot of people like the all-wheel drive cars, but I think you can be rather quick with the Mustang, honestly, and it doesn't use a lot of fuel. But now we're on lap 7. We're actually in 5th place now, and we're at the end of lap 7, and we can see that 3rd and 4th place have pitted, and they've taken a pit stop. Now in this race, one of the requirements is you take at least one pit stop. You do not have to change your tires, you do not have to add fuel, but you are required to take a pit stop. If you don't, there'll be a 1-minute penalty applied to your time at the end of the race, and that's really important. So we take our pit stop, and then we're gone. I don't actually get new tires because I didn't need them. I just had the racing hard tires, which was required to use those, or wet tires or intermediates. No rain was in the forecast, no rain was in sight, so there was no need to change to a wet tire or anything like that. So I kept my hard tires on, didn't need any fuel, so didn't fuel, just pulled through the pits and come out the other side. I come out in 6th place, went in 5th. You know, and I've been watching this guy that's in 5th through the race, and I felt like he probably had not pitted, but I wasn't sure. So if you'll watch what happens right here at the end of the race, we're in 6th. Like I told you, I wanted to be 5th or higher, just kind of to get enough points to stay competitive. As we come through, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 have already finished. We're coming around to the finish line. That guy's going to finish right ahead of me. And as soon as I go across the finish line, he drops all the way down below me, and then just keeps dropping every time somebody finishes. And that's because he never took a pit stop, so he had a 1-minute penalty applied to his lap. So we were able to come in 5th in this race. I will do another video next week. I believe we're going to be at the Daytona Road Track. It should be great. More American fans here will be, you know, familiar with that track. See you next week. Thanks.